There's many videos out there telling you to have a side hustle, but very few that teach you step by step the actual blueprint as to how you can do a passive income side hustle today super easy. I'm going to show you this new side hustle where people are making $10,000 a month very passively from the comfort of their home, and it's all about building little booklets and journals and notebooks. Amazon will take care of the printing, shipping, and customer service. No money to get started, no experience needed. And you don't have to come up with any of the content that actually goes inside of the journal. They're super easy plug and play templates, and now that I'm going to show you the step-by-step guide, you have no excuse. If you think about it, people always have a certain notebook or journal for something specific that they want to write down. Like for me, I have a prayer journal type notebook. I also have a notebook for business ideas, and then also I have a notebook for accounting or writing down money expenses and budgeting. I don't want to put everything into the same notebook because I want to be able to easily find that thing. So if you're the one that's able to make this for people and then they find it and see that that's exactly what they've been looking for, then you can cash in on this. And there's definitely demand for this, as I'm going to show you in a second. But the first thing we're going to want to do is do a little bit of research. Creating the actual book is actually super easy, but you want to know exactly what it is that you're going to create, and you want to see some data for that. This tool that I'm going to show you is super powerful, and it gives you things like keywords and other things that people are actually searching on Amazon, which gives you insight into what people actually want, which means more profit for you. So first we're going to log in to BookBolt. One of my favorite sections is the quick tips that just pop up right when you log in, probably helping you with what it is that you're looking for at that time. And since there is so much that BookBolt can do, they made it super easy, and they have actual videos for specific things. Like if you just wanted to look up keywords and how to do it, they'll have that there for you. So like I said before, we want to do a little bit of research. So up here, you're going to go ahead and click research. And this feature is going to tell us what types of books there already are on Amazon and how they're doing. So with this, we're going to figure out what type of book we actually want. And for me, I want to do a journal, just something super easy where it's just a place for people to just write down their ideas, and I don't have to put much content actually in it. So again, very easy, very passive. So first here on the screen, we have BSR range, and that's just an Amazon bestseller rank. It's a metric that indicates how a product is selling in the Amazon store compared to other products listed in the same category. So I want to do a journal. I want it to see between $0 and $30 and see what's already out there. And I want to see the top bestsellers. So here we have a couple different ones. This one is a shadow work journal. Its price is $17.82. Estimated monthly sales is $885. That's amazing. And if we click to look at it, it actually takes us to Amazon, so you can see the paperback version, $17.82, hardcore is $25.19. If we go back and look at a couple other ones, we have a prayer journal here for $7.99. They're selling about 600 of these per month. And so we can just continue to scroll down and look to see what people are buying, how many of them. But the main thing that I'm seeing is that there's a lot of people buying these specific types of journals. And as you can see, different types of titles are going to resonate with different people. Even if the whole thing is that it's just a journal with blank pages that they're just going to write about, maybe this journal is their prayer journal, and then another notebook or journal is for writing down ideas, and then a different journal or whatever is for planning things out. So though there are a lot of them out there, pick one that's going to be super niche to something, and then there's going to be customers for that book. Okay, so I see that people are buying journals on Amazon. I see the types of things that other people are doing with flashy covers or just making sure it's super niche. And so now what we need to do is figure out what is it exactly that we want to do or that I want to do for my niche content. And so for my journal, I'm going to make it a business idea tracker where people can write down their idea and then try to flesh it out a little bit as the days go on. So what we're going to do is go over to keywords, type in the thing that we're thinking. So for me, it's business idea tracker. This number here is the amount of searches in the last 30 days on Amazon. For right now, we can see that there are a lot of business expense tracker type notebooks. There's also business idea here, the business idea book, business idea generation, business idea journal. And then one thing that I do see, if you use the word journal or notebook, we have higher competition. But if I don't have that in the title, possibly I can make it low. And for this, I might just stick with business idea tracker for entrepreneurs. If I'm making a super niche product, I'm gonna try to put something in the title that I want the person to feel. So if they feel like they're an entrepreneur, and I say this book is for entrepreneurs, then that's gonna make them feel like they need to buy that book specifically. All right, now that I know what I want to create, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the create section. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this research section and go to create. And we're gonna go to the BookBolt Studio. Now that we're here, we're gonna go ahead and click create project. I want it to be paperback, since hopefully you'll be doing a couple of these books so you get lots of passive income. You're gonna wanna put the title for whatever book it is that you're making. So mine is the Business Idea Tracker for Entrepreneurs. As far as the trim size, you could go traditional, which is usually that 6x9, but for me, I want it to stand out a little bit, so I'm gonna go a little bit smaller, just because I know business people and people like myself like to have a little bit smaller of a book if possible, so it's not taking up as much space. I'm good with black and white. I'd like the page count to be 100, but you can just pick whatever you'd like there. You're gonna wanna click bleed because that means that it can go over to the end of the page, and we're gonna go ahead and create project. First thing you're gonna see here is the cover, and you wanna think of it as a book that's open kind of backwards. So like this would be the front of a book. It would be like you're opening it and it looks like this. So on the right-hand side is the cover, and then the left-hand side is going to be the back page. Again, right-hand side cover, left-hand side the back page. And it does say it here too. Now, as far as what to put on this cover, you can either upload an image from your computer or you can use 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏, which is thousands of options that don't have a copyright, so you won't get in trouble. When I think of entrepreneurship, I think of things like mountains or just really big open scenery or even space. So let's see what they have. Yeah, so I like something like this with just the universe. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually make it the whole size of this thing. As you can see, I'm putting the picture bigger than what the actual end is so that it bleeds all the way to the end. You don't want it to be here and then have some open space, because then as you see over here, this is what it would look like. It would have some white space. So we're gonna do that. Then I just wanna go ahead and put some type of a title, and that's going to be the Business Idea Tracker for Entrepreneurs. And I'm gonna wanna make this white so that people can actually see it. Maybe put it in the middle there. You can put as much time and effort into that as you'd like. Obviously, I jazzed this up just a little bit, but I'm just showing you real quick how you would do this and how easy it actually is. If you wanted to, you could put something on the back cover, but for now, I just care about the front, and so this is what we need to have. Next is going to be the interior contents. And for this, there's a bunch of different templates. You could have lines with a section, you could have graph, dotted graph, whatever. There's a bunch of different things. You could even, if you wanted to make it a word search type of deal or a maze, there's also different types of trackers. This one is a online shopping tracker. For me, I either want it to be blank or ruled. So let's go ahead and go with ruled. And then again, you can pick the different types. I want it to be college ruled. And so that made the first page that way. I could then select all and then deselect the cover. And then when I click submit, then all of the pages are all that lined. You could also decide to put some type of a logo or something inside of there. So if your theme is that world or space and you wanted to have that somewhere on like the bottom corner just to kind of give it some branding, you could do that. Then if you want that to go throughout so that you're branded, you're just going to right click and say clone this page, select all, and click clone. Now we have that little earth in all of the pages here, and that just goes a little bit above and beyond and just makes it feel more of a complete project. So once you have it all done and you have it the way that you want, then we're gonna go ahead and download the file, because with that file, that's how you're gonna upload it to Amazon. We're gonna go to download, and we're going to download the current project, CMYK Printed Books. BookBolt is going to prepare 2 files for you because Amazon KDP requires you to upload 2 files, which is basically the cover and then the interior. So here's my file. I'm going to go ahead and save it onto my computer. And then we're going to go over to kdp.amazon.com. So you're going to want to make an account with KDP or Kindle Direct Publishing, and then from there you can do what I'm going to show you. Now we're creating what it is that we're going to upload, so it's not like we're starting over and we're creating a whole new thing here. You want to make sure to input all of the information correctly to exactly what your file is that we're going to upload in a second. So you're going to need to make sure your title is the same, the amount of pages is the same, and if it's paperback or hardback. So we picked paperback. It's in English. The book title was Business Idea Tracker for Entrepreneurs. You don't need a series or edition number because this is just a journal. As far as the description, that's going to be important because that's what people look at to see what it is that they're buying. So this one's very simple, where you can just track all your business ideas with this business idea tracker. You're going to want to click that you own the copyright because you are the author. We'll click no here. Primary marketplace is going to be Amazon. As far as choosing categories, you'll probably have a pretty good idea as to what type of categories, but you could go back to BookBolt in the research section and look up KDP categories. From here, you're going to want to put in your keywords, and then this just gives you a bunch of different ideas as far as what types of categories possible. Got business and money, business development. It looks like I see a lot of business and development, a lot of business and money. We'll go to business and money, subcategory, business development and entrepreneurship. Might be entrepreneurship, general, starting a business, and then I'll save the categories. As far as keywords, we looked that up already. So things for me would be business idea tracker, entrepreneurship, starting a business. Then we're going to click Save and Continue. As far as the ISBN, you don't necessarily need an ISBN for a journal or notebook. And remember, here we want to make sure that everything matches because the file that we're printing or the file that we're uploading for this needs to match that, especially sizes. So black and white is what we picked. Remember that we changed this to the 5.25 by 8 inches. We did have bleed, and I like the matte finish. Now we're going to upload the manuscript. So from the business idea tracker, this is the manuscript here. Then we're going to upload this cover file. So that was this one here. Next, we're going to go to Launch Previewer to make sure that everything came out okay. So we can look at this with a quality check. We can kind of see what is everything going to look like. All of our pages were pretty much the same here. Then you go down here to Approve. And then down at the bottom, we have a summary where we can see exactly what it is that we got. We can see that the printing cost on this is going to be about $2.30, which helps us because we want to understand that in order to be able to do our pricing. If we were to type in for our pricing, maybe $9.99, which sounds like a good price, we can see right away that on Amazon, we're going to make about 60% of that, or $3.69 per book that we sell. Royalty basically just means how much money is going to go into your bank account. So if we made this $19.99, then we're getting close to $10 per book. And that's in literally pure profit. Remember at the beginning of this, I showed you that somebody was making a journal very similar to this, and they were selling about 1,000 of these every single month. If you're making $10 profit on each one, that's $10,000 per month in totally passive income, and all you had to do was take the 10 minutes or so that it just took me to build this in order for you to put it up, and it's there forever. From there, you're just going to click Publish Your Book, and then it goes up, and now you're in control of that. Then you can just rinse and repeat and do this for 10 different subjects and super easy books just like that. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that each one of them is going to make you $10,000 a month, but there could be one that just hits out of nowhere. You might as well try it with a bunch of different things. So as far as how you can get started on this, what you're going to want to do is use the link down below in my description, because not only is that going to get you 20% off your first purchase, that's going to get you 20% off for life. And as you can see here, the pricing for this is not too much. We have either $9.99 or $19.99 as the full price, and remember, you're getting 20% off. I suggest that you start with the newbie plan, which means that it's only going to be about $7.99 for you to get started, and there's a 3-day free trial, so you can try it with no obligations. Again, use my discount code down below with code investingsimplified, and I can't wait to hear how much money you actually make in the coming months. Remember to take all this extra side hustle money, throw it into some solid ETFs or index funds like you've learned about on this channel, and continue to do your research with this video up next.